Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Top Stitches. If this is your first time coming across us, you're highly welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Alright, today we are going to be learning how to make this beautiful A-line dress with a gathered effect at the hem and then at the sleeve. If this is what you're looking to learn, please stick around. Let's get started. This is the material right here. So because this material is very light, I already cut out the one I'm going to be using and I infuse hairstay on it. So this is it right here. I have the front on fold and then the back is not on fold, but I have an excess of 1 inch. You can see it with my pen right there. So I have the front and the back pinned down, and then I have a starting line, which is what you can see at the top there. So from that starting line, I'm going to start imputing my vertical measurements. Down to 10 inch is my bust point, 17 inch is my waistline, then 24 inch is the hip line, and then I have 41 inch as the full length. I'm going to be marking 42 for my hemming allowance. So that is all what I have there. I will just make those markings in two places to enable me get a straight line. So do that for yours so that we'll be able to continue. Alright, after that, from the center front, the part on fold, that is where all your measurement is going to be starting from. I marked half of my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches, and on that 8 inches I came down by 1 inch. Now I'm just randomly inputting the same 8 inch. So what you can see me doing now is my armhole, my round armhole divided by 2. That is 8 inch, or you can just do your bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5. So that right there is my armhole box. So I'm going to divide the 8 inch that I have 4 inch. I placed a mark there, and inwards I'm coming in by 0.25 inch and then 0.5 inch for my back. Now on the chest line, which is also that box that I have, I'm imputing my circumference measurement, my bust circumference measurement divided by 4. So that is what you saw me doing there. And right now I'm working on my neckline. I'm using 3-inch width for both the front and the back, and then 3-inch depth for the front and 1-inch depth for the back. Those are the lines you see me marking there. And now I'm going to come in and use the curvy part of my row to make my neckline. Alright, so I'm done with the front, and then this is the back that I am covering in now, and I'm going to extend it straight on the zipper allowance side. So now the next thing is the 1 inch that I came down on that armhole line. I'm going to use it as my guide for my shoulder slope. That is what you saw me marking now. And from that place, I went in to the 0.25 inch and then the 0.5 inch, for the front and the back armhole to eliminate excess bulge. That is what I am covering in now to my round bust circumference measurement divided by 4. Alright, so after this, there are no darts in this A-line dress, so I'm just going to go in and complete imputing my circumference measurement divided by 4. I already have that of my bust on that line, so I'll go in and add the allowance that I have. I'm just going to go in and add only 1 inch for the bust area for my ease, right? So that's 1 inch is enough for me, and after that I'll come in and add another 1 inch for my sewing allowance. So for the waist, I'm going to impute my round waist divided by 4, and then I'm going to add an extra of 1 inch also for this waist, and then for my sewing allowance. So for the hip also, I will do same, my round hip circumference measurement divided by 4, And for this hip, I'm going to be adding as much as 1.5 inch for my ease allowance and then my sewing allowance. Whatever I have on the hip line, I'll take it just straight to the hem and impute it there. Please also remember that all your measurements, your circumference measurements, are going to be starting from the front bodies, the part that have the fold on the center of the front, not from the zipper allowance for the back. So I went ahead to connect those lines, and now it's time to cut it out. Now I'm going to be cutting the back neckline first, go through the shoulder slope, and then the back armhole. The back armhole. So for those sides, it's all going to be the same. So I'll cut through it at once. So this is it right here. I'm going through my zipper allowance right now, just removing the excess there. So after that, it's time to go through my front neckline and then the front armhole. You see how I raised the material so that I am cutting only the front. I'll go and cut my lining now and come back so that we'll do the sewing aspect. After cutting my lining, remember you have exactly what you have on the main bodies and on the lining. So no excesses, no shortages. So this is it right here. Now I'm going to go and join it at the shoulder, both the main bodies and then the lining. So I'm placing the right sides facing each other for the main bodies now. So both the back and then the one piece for the front. So place it the right side facing each other. I'll go and sew it on the shoulder, do same for the lining, and then we'll continue. This is it right here. After doing all that, I have joined it at the shoulder. So I'll keep this aside, and I have this band that I already folded into two. It is unfold and it's 2 inches in width. So for the length, I have about 30 inches or thereabout. All right, 31.5 inches. So for one side of this band, I'm going to go so straight after turning it inside, right? So for the other side, it's going to be slanting. That is what you can see me marking now, where I'm going to sew on, and then cut off the excess. So I'll do that for the two bands and come back and show us. All right, so this is it right here. So I have one side straight and then one side slanted. This is going to be sitting on the neckline of this gown. So from the center front, I am marking 1 inch on both sides. I still have my center there. And then for my zipper allowance, I'm going to be excluding it because this band is not going to be touching my zipper allowance. So you see how I am placing it from the zipper allowance. That is where I'm going to start sewing it all around to the 1 inch that I have on the center front. So I'm pinning it down now, and then I'm going to get my lining and place it the right side facing the band that I have there, and then the right side of my main bodies. So align it properly and also pin it down. That is what I have there. I'm going to go sew my neckline, and if I get to my 1 inch, I'll quietly remove the band and then complete it. I'll do that for the second part also. So exclude my zipper allowance and then pin down my band. You see the way I am placing it. If your band has a right side, place the right side on the right side of the main bodies, then cover it up with your lining. So I'm going to go and sew it right now. I'll pin it down and then go and sew, come back and show us what it looks like. Alright, so this is what it looks like after sewing. And just right after that, I folded in the edges of the band also, you know, the rough part. I folded it in. So for the neckline, so that it is sitting properly and relaxed, I'm giving it some notches. So please make sure you notch yours, notch it all the way around. And this is it. This is the neckline now. It has a belt sort of. You can just tie it up. So now I'll go and close it up. You see the way I turned it, the right sides facing each other. I'm going to go and close up all the sides and then the hem also. So I'm going to be doing that for the remaining two sides, you know, the front and then the two back bodies. So this is it right here after I am done doing that, and I gave it just a little press so that it looks nice, right? So this is it right here, and then this is my neck line. So this is the neck of this dress, looking all beautiful. So I'll keep this aside and bring in this long strip that I have here. So I used the entire 3 yards that I have for this material, and I cut out 3 inches. So this one is 5.5 inches, and I already weave the both sides, the both edges. So I'll keep this aside so that we'll be able to like shorten the length of this our gown. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So from the shoulder, I'm going to go down and just exclude some inches. The bigger one of that band is about 5.5 inch. So now I'm going to be excluding just 2 inch from the hem of this gown. You know, as I'm going to be attaching that band at the hem, is going to be adding to the 2 inches that I'm subtracting now. It's supposed to be 2.5 inch, but I'm going to be using ½ inch to close it up. So all in all, I'll still have my desired gown length. So I'll do that for others, exclude that 2 inch, and then go and neatly finish it up at the hem. So for this band, I'm going to get the midpoint of each one and run a loose stitch on it for my gathers. So I'll do that for the smaller one and then the bigger one. Get the midpoint, run a loose stitch on it, gather it, come back and show us. So this is the gown itself. I already have it closed up and then I gave it a good press. And this is the ruffles that we are going to be needing. So I have it right here, the loose stitch and then the gathering. So this is my gown for now. I'm going to go and shape it with the 1 inch that I added for my sewing allowance. So I'll go and sew the both sides. I'll sew the both sides now and come back so that we'll continue. Alright, so this is it after sewing. After sewing, this is what it should look like. Remember, the zipper area is still closed. So I'm going to get what I have at that hem. I have 55 inches. So I'm going to gather these two ruffles now to 55 inches. I'll come back and show us. So this is it right here after gathering the both of them. They are both that length, 55 inches or thereabout. So I have this, it have a little excess. I'm still going to go gather it up, and then the bigger one is just accurate. So I have 55 inches. So for this now, I'll just arrange it properly, the gathers, arrange it properly and place it on each other, you know place it on each other like you can see me doing now. Then I'll go and sew right on top of it, to attach it together. So arrange it properly, place it on each other and sew on it. I'll go and do that and come back and show us. This is mine after doing it. So arrange yours properly, how you want the ruffles to be, and sew it together. So now I'm checking out the length that I have, and I still have about 39 inches. So if I plait 1 inch above my 39 inch, not plait please, if I attach my ruffles at 38 inches, at the end of the day I will still have my 41 inch for my desired gown length, right? So that is what I am going to go do now. Plait with attach the ruffles with 1 inch on my gown. So I'll do that all round, come back and show us the finished look. So this is it right here. This will be the hem of my gown. So this is the upper part, and then this is the down part of this gown, looking all neat and beautiful. So for the sleeve, I already worked on one. So I have a basic sleeve and then a flare, and then the ruffles that I have for the hem for my dress. So this flare, I attached it to the basic sleeve, and then I gathered my ruffles just like I did for the dress itself, and then attach it in between. So we'll just go over it for the second sleeve also. So now this is it. I have my basic sleeve and then the flare. I attach the flare, and then the excess I plait it at the center. So now I have the 3 inch and the 5.5 inches. I'm going to go run a stitch in between, gather it up, and then fix it in between the sleeve and the gathers. So with this, we are almost at the end of the video. Please, if you haven't subscribed at this point, please do that, like and share my videos. So this is the finished look of our dress, all looking neat and beautiful. So please remember to subscribe, like and share my videos. It's also a way of encouraging me, guys. Please smash that subscribe button, like the video, and also share it to family and friends. Tell people about my channel. So thank you for watching. See you in my next video.